These are from Jana McCarthy, Chant of the Pregnant Goddess. I am the mother of the moon, sister of the stars, child of the light in your eyes. I am powerful. The geometry of my shape shifts from gently curved lines to expanding circles, earth, moon, sun. I am powerful. I am strong. The tempo of my vibration quickens, increasing from butterfly wings to floundering fish, to beating drum, erupting volcano, the rhythm as old and constant as the cycles of the sun and the turn of the tides. I am powerful. I am strong. I am beautiful. I hold the hope of my ancestors, the knowledge of my time, the fate of my future. I am powerful. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am Mother. So welcome to UUCGV on this beautiful morning. I can't believe how long it's been since I got ordained, almost 20 years ago. The first Mother's Day sermon I ever did, I titled it The Face of Beauty. And every year on Mother's Day, I title my sermon The Face of Beauty. And it's always a little bit the same and a little bit different, but the idea is not all of us are mothers, but all of us are beautiful. And so I love once a year at least to focus on beauty. Because there is so much in our world that is transitory. Politicians are transitory. Politics, laws are transitory. But beauty, love, truth, and peace are all eternal. And occasionally in the busyness and the noise of this life, it's nice occasionally to let go of everything around us and just focus on the eternal. And so today, what I want to do is just focus on that larger perspective of life and what our life in the most magnificent sense can be. And a few years ago, I showed for Mother's Day, it might have been last year, but I don't think so, a video that for me combined everything that I think is just wonderful about parenting into this video that I saw on Facebook. And this is the video of a foster mom. And it's just about 4 minutes, but it shows her intention and what she does to prepare for the foster children that she brings into her home. And as we're thinking about beauty and parenting and motherhood, it's just one of my favorite uplifting reminders of how just a little bit of intentionality and open heart can make a difference in such small but such significant ways. So I'm going to share this video.
Night lights. It's a different house. It's good to know where the bathroom is. Pads and tampons in the bathroom. I do foster teenage girls after all. This is what the first night with a foster child looks like for an emergency foster parent. First of all, I make sure I've got their welcome basket ready to go. This includes toiletries, fuzzy socks, a blanket, anything else they may need. Then we take a walk to our local Shake Shack. I found that most kids can find things on the menu here that they like, and it gets us out of the house and kind of in a neutral area where we can just get to know each other. A lot of kids come with dirty clothes, so I always ask if I can do a load of laundry for them. And as I mentioned in a previous video, a lot of them have come bringing their things in trash bags. We don't do trash bags at my house, so we make sure they get a duffel bag of their very own to take with them. We wind down the evening with some TV, and then before you know it, it's time for lights out. Cinnamon rolls. These are super easy to make in the morning, and I've yet to find a kid who doesn't like cinnamon rolls for breakfast. The game closet. If a child's with me more than one night, there's a really high probability that we're going to end up having a game night while they're here. Conversation cards. These are fantastic to prevent lulls in conversation at dinner time, and it allows the kids to get out of their heads and think about something else other than what's going on in their lives at this very moment. Plus, we get to learn about each other. Refrigerator magnets that let every child who comes in my home know that they are welcome exactly as they are. And finally, pets. I've yet to find a kid who doesn't love that I have a pet and finds it comforting and is always happy to see Millie. Things in my foster home that just make sense. Part 2. Coloring books and crayons. This is a great way for girls to unwind and de-stress and also be able to show their creativity while they're with me. TV and DVD player in their room. A lot of kids are used to falling asleep with the TV on, or they just need to relax when they're in a new place, so this helps. Odor remover. If the kids are okay with me washing their clothes, I find that a lot of times the clothes haven't been washed in a really long time, so this helps remove some of the odors. The snack closet. No, it is not full of super healthy things. I do make healthy foods with dinner, and I have healthy snacks in the fridge, but this is to offer some comfort and some feelings of home. Plus, they're teenagers. Finally, I found that a lot of my kids don't like to sleep under the sheets and blankets on the bed, so I always have a supply of blankets available to help them get cozy and have a good night's sleep. I foster mainly teenage girls, and unfortunately many of them have experienced sexual abuse and really don't like to take a shower. Sometimes it is their way of trying to prevent the abuse, and sometimes it reflects how dirty they feel on the inside, even though none of it was their fault. I want to share one way I found that helps the girls who come into my home. The first step is to run a hot bath for them. And then I bring Alexa in so that they can choose their music, whatever their preferences may be. Then they get to select a bath bomb. I light some candles, then I invite them to relax, often with a flourish like, "Madam, your bath awaits." I make sure that they know they can lock the door behind me for privacy. It definitely doesn't erase the trauma or fix anything, but many girls can find it peaceful, safe, makes them feel worthy and feel beautiful inside and out.
Isn't that beautiful? When I think about what it means to care for another human being, this video and the song that Liz shared and the story that Maya shared, the concept of motherhood, of parenthood, it really comes down to caring for other people with an open heart and loving hands. And it doesn't matter where that other person comes from. It doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is seeing another human being, opening your heart, looking at the needs, and saying, what can I do to help? It's as simple as understanding that this kid needs a snack, and it doesn't always have to be healthy. Comfort food can be okay. It's recognizing that maybe a lock on a door is everything when you're dealing with children who have had trauma. It's about going and buying a little duffel bag so that somebody doesn't have to show up with a trash bag. This woman isn't a biological mother for any of these kids. And that doesn't matter. What matters is how we move through life and how important it is to just take a few minutes to be intentional about how we're going to prepare ourselves to be a blessing to somebody else. And it doesn't have to be earth-shattering. This woman is not taking on the entire foster care system. She can't rescue every young woman who is in the system, but she can and she is making a difference for each one of these children who come into her home. And this type of video could be made for, in so many ways, somebody rescuing animals, or people who are planting trees to rescue Mother Earth, or tending the community garden. Beauty is in the eternal aspects of life. Beauty is in the nurture, the intentionality, the compassion, the love, the kindness, and the empathy. These are the qualities, the traits, the actions that are going to move us forward in the next months, days, and years. And for me, this short video from this woman I've never met is motivation and hope and a reminder that things will be and really can be and are okay when we choose to be that lifeline for somebody else. None of us can be wise and strong all the time. But at certain times, all of us can be that for fleeting moments. So don't ever underestimate the power of a moment. Who knows who might use your fleeting strength as their own lifeline until they are standing strong again. And then one day, their moment of strength just might be that lifeline for somebody else. We don't have to have it all together all the time. But if at any given point in time, a few of us are doing okay, we offer what we can until we need to sit and rest knowing that there will be somebody stepping in to be our lifeline once again. And it's a beautiful spiraling dance. And so today, I want us to take a little bit of time to think and to acknowledge and to recognize the beauty around us. As I describe the beauty I encounter on a daily basis, I wonder if some of you might recognize each other in some of these descriptions. I wonder if some of you will recognize yourselves. How often do we allow ourselves to be included in the definition of beauty? When I think of beauty, I think of a woman with quiet strength, offering behind. See, because I'm thinking about all of you as I say this. I'm thinking of a woman with quiet strength offering behind the scenes compassion and quietly showing up time and time again for people who need a kind word and a simple, gentle presence. I think of the man who takes the time to make phone calls, checking in on the people who can no longer leave their homes, just saying, "We're thinking about you, we miss you." I think of the person whose eyes harbor a hidden strength and deep compassion that surfaces when people need it the most. I see beauty in the eyes of the photographer who was able to capture the hidden beauty in nature and the ability to capture it through a camera lens and then share it with the rest of us. There is genuine beauty in a welcoming smile on Sunday mornings when no more words are needed other than welcome. There is beauty in the person who is vulnerable enough to say, "I have hurt people in my life, and I'm going to do what needs to be done to take the steps to heal myself and the relationships around me." I see beauty in the person choosing to get sober and having the strength and the courage to ask for help in the process. I see beauty in the woman who came to me about 7 years ago, and her life was a wreck. And I said, "Your life is going to be a wreck until you get sober and clean." And she came back to me a few years later, and she was sober and clean. And then she wasn't sober and clean. And I got a phone call from her last week saying she's sober and clean again for 2 years, and she's starting over. There's beauty in that. There's beauty in that struggle. Nobody ever diminishes themselves or that eternal spark just because they're struggling in life. Her beauty is always there, even as her life goes up and down and up and down. And I hope that this time she stays and moves forward to be that role model for her own children. But I don't know. But I see the beauty in her when she's at her high, and I see the beauty in her when she's at her low. Because beauty is eternal. I see the beauty of a gray-haired man offering a gentle smile that says, "I see you and I see your children." I hear the beauty expressed through a crystal voice, creating lovely sound, and those crystal voices joining together in song. There is beauty in the person who recognizes and fills the hidden needs in this community, even as his physical eyes no longer see. Beauty is literally everywhere, all the time. The question is, do you realize that the beauty surrounding all of us is indeed you? All of you. Let us sing together. How could anyone tell you you are anything less than beautiful? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go now in peace. Amen.